Part 2, thank you. Appreciate that. So, Mint says, do you feel it was a fair interview? It felt like an ambush. How was that an ambush? If anything, the only part that was unexpected was Keem showing up. All right. I don't think that the Keem part was like if Keem had come on the show and was like, screw you, you're a liar, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't. It wasn't about that. It was about our interaction, which I don't even understand because no one really cares. Like, seriously, no one cares but my detractors about our interaction. I don't care about our interaction we had last year, but, you know, it is what it is. Again, he has to make it all about himself. I don't want to talk about him all day. So. SD Charger says they should have prepared more, had a timeline, and asking questions in a certain order. I mean, maybe they did. You don't know. Maybe I don't know what they were following there. Showtime did a super chat. Feel like it was a setup, though. How do you feel it was a setup? I don't feel that at all. If I'm the person who was interviewed and I don't feel it was a setup, how do you feel it was a setup exactly? Right? I'm a little bit of a loss there. That you think it was a setup. Why were they upset with how I spend my money? First of all, they weren't upset. This is the detractors' questions and stuff, right? But, again, the insinuation is that if I'm making money and I'm irresponsibly blowing it on stuff, right, then, you know, there's going to be criticism there. And that's what these people have made this giant semi-fabricated situation around it, correct? And I really feel like, you know, that, you know, people want answers, and I tried to answer as best I could. You know what I mean? PF says, don't send the screenshot. It feels like a setup. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I have to have future talk. I'm gonna have future talks with him, Craig. That is, you know, I received another tip. Wow, I guess I'm just gonna be shouting out contributions. Thank you, Cooper. Hurry up this membership. Don't send the screenshot. Oh, I just read that. No, I didn't. He says hear about the huge discount Bed Bath & Beyond. No, Cooper. What are you talking about? A discount at Bed Bath & Beyond. Mishael did a $10 tip. He says, good job on the interview. Thank you, Mishael. I appreciate that. Again, you know, for me, this was just like... to them, that was like a long grilling session. To me, that was like normal. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even feel like I was in the hot seat. Because this happens every day on my own streams. So, Snow Carl tipped $1. I want to say you did as well as anyone could have on that podcast. I'm proud. Must have been hard. It was difficult. Your first live confrontation in a long time. I'm sorry that you know, people had to be brought into it like Cat. And I'm looking forward to part 2. Thank you very much. Yeah. I did reveal some stuff, man. I did reveal some stuff that no one knew. And, you know, watch the show. That's all I'm going to say about that. You know, I'm not going to be talking about all that crap. But, you know, it's sad. The people that people have said and done, it's pretty messed up. Big Papa Phil did a $10 tip. I commend you for doing the interview. I think you're great. You stood up in the face of all the detractor BS. You delivered your defense strongly. I've been a fan for several years. I want the best for you. So, if you have a chance to do the podcast and have Keem shop that podcast as sponsors, do it. It would help your family a ton. You'll rise above. I don't know about that. I would love to do that podcast without Keem. As I said, live on the show. I'm okay with doing it. I'm okay with Boogie. I'm okay with Wings. I'm not okay with Keem. So, that would be the person that I really want nothing to do with. I don't know if it's worth it at all. It might hurt myself more than it could ever help. Seriously. I don't want to be Mr. Lolcow for the rest of my life. I don't. So, I got a $4.20 tip. Thank you all. You guys are amazing. Radical Justice, good job. Let's get high, bud, with a great animation. Craig seems like a good guy. I hope you have an actual fun podcast. I think eventually we will get there. It might just take a long-ass time, right? I think it will. I think it'll take a long-ass time. For the record, I have absolutely no idea what happened with my internet. It went down legit. It went down completely legitimately. I was like, what? And I don't know if someone DDoSed me or not. I have absolutely no clue at all what happened there. You guys know my internet almost never goes down. If it does, it's like a blip. Basically, my modem reset itself. So I don't know if that was a DDoS or not. How is it that it happened then, but then it didn't happen? You would think if someone DDoSed me, it would have happened again and again and again, right? It just happened once and stopped. So I'm like, it was weird. I really hope it wasn't a DDoS, because if it was a DDoS, that means I now have to go through the painstaking trouble of contacting my ISP to get this fixed. I hope it's not. See, Butler Spirit, here's the difference. Is why only take negatives away from the Keem vid, what you've heard, but feel it's unfair. I've seen Drama Alert. It's trash. It's trash game. It's a trash content. It's bad. That's my opinion. You can disagree. But 1,000,000%, I don't like his content. I have issue with it. You understand? It wasn't the documentary that made him dislike. I already disliked him. Then I watched the documentary. You understand? Naysayer, re-upped his membership. You handled yourself well, mad respect. Thank you. Thrown Ennis to the super chat. You look like a complete clown. $2 for Vince. There you go. I have no idea what that means, but enjoy your band. And Amrit did a super chat. Props for hanging in there for 5 hours under fire. Not a detractor or a fan, just neutral. Credit where it is due. Phil, thank you to Amrit for a super chat. That's very nice of you. At the end of the day, this is not going to change anything, I don't feel. Maybe it will. I don't think so. But I'm happy that I did it. I actually am happy that I did it. Big Old Beans, I think you and Wings Boogie could be a great hope you guys work together. I want to work with those guys. I would do a podcast with them, 100%. Just, it's not happening. Mr. White said, I find Adam annoying and biased. I did not find him annoying and biased at all. Ugh. The part where Keemstar kept saying you were going to watch Lalcal boxing match was BS. Why would I watch that? You guys know I don't watch any of that shit. You guys tell me about it. I don't know anything about it. Oh, you're going to watch it. Keem, again, he's such a giant inflated ego in his own head. And by the way, now I'll say, oh, he's talking about me. Yeah, Keem, you essentially evaded my episode of Side Scrollers, my interview. Now I'm going to talk about you. You're going to deal with it. All right? He has such a giant inflated egotistic head that he's like, you're going to watch my content. I never watched your content, dude. I don't watch your content. Even the clips I can't stand. I want to vomit. I can't watch that shit. Sorry that I have morals and a different moral compass than you. But I do, you know. You're going to watch that. No, I'm not. I haven't watched any celebrity boxing. Not one piece of any of it. Did I prefer Benadryl and Gas X? No, I did not. I woke up early. I had 2 cups of coffee. If you didn't notice, I was constantly drinking. And by the way, there was a mute button, okay? In that way that they stream, there's a mute button right on the screen. You might have noticed I went a few times. I clicked the mute button and then come back because it was right there. Adam was on my case from the beginning. I don't think so. I don't know why you guys feel that way. You guys are being way more harsh to them than I think. You have to understand something. They are 100% outsiders to me. They don't know me. Craig knows me in a casual way from many, many years. The other guys didn't know me at all, right? So they're coming from the outside. All they've heard is the negative stuff. Now it's my opportunity to counter the negative stuff, right? So I didn't take it in any negative way, man. I thought it was fine. Big Papa Phil says there's snakes everywhere in business and jobs. Doesn't mean you don't work with them when you must to benefit yourself and your family. Again, though, here's what you have to understand is if I went on that podcast, right? Number one, you saw how Keemstar acts. He would literally try to be like, well, this podcast is the most important part of your life, so you got to bend over backwards for me for the rest of your life. Everything you do, you have to listen to me because I've got you on this podcast. I feel like he would hang that over my head forever, number one. And he'd be so controlling. And number two, just, again, if you're on a lol cow cast, you're talking about a show that already the title is a negative association. It's an insult. You're calling me a lol cow. Why am I going to do that? Right? Have it be a serious show. Not, you know, oh, everyone's going to just sit here to make fun of us all day, every day. It's ridiculous. I received a $20 tip.